Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, this morning we are asked by the Ph.D. to get together using Zoom. Okay, it's good. So hope we can use this way all the time, hopefully. Okay, students, how are you today?
I'm fine, sir. Fine, sir.
Good, sir.
Fine, sir.
For a while, I cannot show you my face because my front camera is not working for my computer. So if I use my handphone, I can show my face. For a while, I'll keep my face for myself, okay? Okay, today we have the third meeting, right? The third meeting, I sent you some questions to review last week, reviewing what we talked about in the first meeting and second meeting. So I hope you have reviewed them and tried to answer them by yourself. And I hope you understand the questions and also the answers. I know it's easier to understand the questions than the answers, right? Yeah, I hope you can understand them all, and then you are free to ask questions later on if you are not sure. I'll be happy to help you when I can. Okay, based on our schedule today, the third group will present, that is Ayu, Dina, and Dinda, right? Presenting the topic based on our syllabus or PS. We try to discuss what is meant by phonetics, and then articulatory phonetics, etc. Okay, before we start our class today, before I ask the third group to present, not the third, but the second group, yeah, but the third meeting, the second group, yes, Ayu, Dina, and Linda. As I said, before we start, if you have any questions, go ahead. Okay. Anybody who wants to say something? I see 28 present already, and how many? All of us? I forgot. Okay, Linia, are you there? The captain of the class? I can see your name, Nors Sabrina, Farah, yeah, Ruth, Putri, Nabila, so far on my screen. Kirana Puri Cahya. Okay, then, if no questions, okay, could you prepare your slide? Group 2, Ayu, Dina, and Dinda. Okay, the time is yours now to organize our meeting today. Okay, go ahead. You're welcome. Are you, Dina? Aulia? Hello? Hello, are you, Dina?
Yes, sir.
Okay, time is yours to start the class today.
Can we start, sir?
Yes, yeah, I said so.
Okay, good. Okay, good morning, sir. Good morning, my friends. We are from Group 3. We want to present our discussion about the phonological component phonology. Before we start, we want to introduce ourselves. My name is Elizabeth Natalia, my friend Elia Marcelita, and Ervina Ajira Maharani. Okay, I will read the material. So, the phonological component, phonology. Phonology is the study of the sound system of a language. That is, what sounds are in a language and what the rules are for combining those sounds into large units. Phonology can also refer to the study of the sound system of all language, including universal rules of sounds, the phoneme, and the concept of significant differences in sounds. Any sound used in speech can be called a phone or phonetic unit or segment. A phone or phonetic unit or segment is an actual speech sound produced by the vocal thread that is perceived as an individual and unique sound different from other such sounds. A somewhat different type of unit, called a phoneme, is the major unit of phonology. The phoneme is a more abstract unit than the phone. A phoneme can be defined as a perceived unit of language that signal a difference in meaning when contrasted to another phoneme. In reality, in spoken language, a phoneme is a class of sounds or phones that speakers and listeners perceive as being one sound. The word phoneme comes from the Greek root meaning sound, yet phonemes are not sounds. Most linguists put the number of phonemes for standard American English at about 44. First, the language spoken by the Vihara, who live in Brazil along a tributary of the Amazon River, has the fewest number of phonemes with a total of 10 for men and 9 for women. Second, Rotokas, a language spoken on an island east of Papua New Guinea, has 11 phonemes, and Hawaiian has 12. Third, the language of the Sioux or Kung, who live in the Kalahari Desert of Africa, has the most, with as many as 141 phonemes. Fourth, Abkhaz, a language spoken in Turkey, Georgia, and the Republic of Abkhazia, has the fewest number of vowels, with only 2 in some dialects. Fifth, Punjabi, the native language of the Punjab of Pakistan, has more than 25 vowels. Phonetics and phonemics. Armed with a phonetic alphabet to help organize information on sound, linguists attempt to describe all the speech sounds of a previously unstudied language. Because linguists do not yet know which sounds are significant or distinctive, or systematically used to make distinction in words, they attempt to record every slight detail. In linguistics, the term distinctive refers to unit that contrast, that is, change meaning when substituted for each other. Phonemes are distinctive while allophones are not. Minimal pairs and sets. 1. Minimal pair. Minimal pair is made up of 2 forms, words, phrase, and sentence, that differ in meaning, contain the same number of sound segments, and display only one phonetic difference, which occurs at the same place in the form. Second, minimal sets. A minimal set is made up of more than 2 forms, words, phrases, sentence, that differ in meaning, contain the same number of sound segments, and display only one phonetic difference, which occurs at the same place in the form. Preferition. Preferition is a condition in which phonetically different sounds, or phoneme or allophones, may occur in the same environment without changing meaning. The fact that 2 sounds from minimal pairs is sufficient proof that the 2 sounds are 2 different phonemes. The converse is not true. 2 sounds that do not form a minimal pair in a particular context may still be separate phonemes. The corpus must be studied carefully to discover if the sounds under investigation are found in minimal pairs anywhere in the language. The next material will be read by Elia. Elia, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. 1. Naming the phoneme. The criterion for naming the phoneme is which allophone is the most common. It might be relatively easy for an English speaker to understand phonemes sound because they are all based on a sound noted with the same symbol. Second, broad and narrow transcription. A narrow transcription or phonetic transcription represents the actual sounds that a person enters in as much detail as possible. A broad transcription or phonemic transcription represents the idealized sounds called phonemes, which are actually classes of sounds, the class being made up of allophones, rather than physically real speech sounds. Number 3 is distinctive features. Voice or voicing is just one of many distinctive features. Different linguists use somewhat different lists of features. The most commonly used lists are based on articulatory features of sound, but some distinctive feature lists use acoustic or auditory features as well. Each distinctive feature in the list of features used in the book is established on the basis of articulatory criteria. For instance, the feature or voice is an articulatory feature because it involves movement or, or the lack of it of the vocal cords in the production of a sound. Number 4 is distinctive feature analysis. A distinctive feature can be thought of as a basic building block of the phoneme, or more specifically, any trait that distinguishes one phoneme or another from another. Next,
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Okay. Okay, sorry, my internet is not stable. Okay, just for a second. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I will continue the presentation because Elia has a bad connection. The feature matrix. A feature matrix lists sound segments or other phenomena along the horizontal axis and features on the vertical axis. A binary system is a classification system in which a feature is either present or absent. Natural classes. A natural class is a subset of the total set of phonemes that share a small number of phonetic or distinctive features, which distinguish the class from other natural classes. Natural classes play a significant role in phonological regularities. Combining phonemes. A rule subconsciously known specifies that only a limited number of three-consonant clusters are permitted in the initial position in English words. MG is not one of these clusters. Every native speaker of a language subconsciously knows the rules of sound combination. However, it would be improbable that any of the speakers could write down all of the rules of their language. Okay, this material will be read by Elia.
Phonological processes. In English, any fricative at the beginning of a word followed by a voiceless sound must be voiceless. Other phonological rules specify the system governing the combination of other sound sequences. They specify whether to add, delete, or change elements in a idealist form to a form that is easier to pronounce or perceive. For instance, we say instead of because is easier to pronounce. Vowels are usually not nasalis in English. However, because the in is nasalis, the speaker subconsciously begins to lower the volume, opening the nasal cavity before the is produced. The result is that the preceding vowel is nasalis in the process. This process of nasalizing a vowel before nasal consonant is an example of an obligatory phonological process. Obligatory phonological processes are usually done subconsciously and generally involve a single feature of a single phonetic segment. They contrast with optional phonological processes, which usually involve more radical changes from the idealist form. Next. Obligatory phonological processes. Assimilation is the obligatory phonological process that makes it easier to pronounce combination of sounds by giving those sounds
Okay, I will continue. Assimilation is the obligatory phonological process that makes it easier to pronounce combination of sounds by giving those sounds a shared distinctive feature that in other environments one or more of them wouldn't have. First, Kate, but can, cut, but come, boot, but bone. Manner and voice assimilation are but two types of assimilation. Consider the following words: impatient, intangible, incomplete. Aspiration, which is discussed in Chapter 2, is another example of an obligatory phonological process in English. In this case, a sound doesn't come to be more like an adjacent sound as in assimilation. Aspiration involves the addition of a phonetic feature. The rule states that aspiration is added to an unaspirated voiceless stop when that stop occurs at the beginning of a word and before a stressed vowels Here are some examples that follow this rule. Pie but spy, pin but spin, key but ski, till but still. Optional phonological process. On the other hand, optional phonological process simply create differences in speech styles. With optional processes, major change may be made, something may become some. This contrast involves several differences. Optional processes may involve change in syllabicity. The continuous and complex nature of speech revises. A specific sound or a series of sounds could be produced in a variety of ways. Because of assimilation, the pronunciation of a sound will differ because of its phonetic environment. This material will be read by Elia.
Okay. This redundancy occurs when more information than necessary under ideal condition is present. For instance, when a vowel is nasalized in English, it indicates that it precedes a nasal consonant. If a person doesn't hear the nasal consonant clearly, he or she might be able to predict its presence from hearing the nasalization of the vowel. Markedness is a contrast in complexity and rarity of sounds and other phenomena. Next. Ayo.
Okay, I will continue. Summary. Phoneticians attempt to discover as much detail as possible about speech sounds. Phonetic transcription or narrow transcription will record as much detail as can be perceived. Unmarked sounds are more basic, more common in the language, and learned by children earlier than marked sounds. Marked sounds are more complex, less common in the language, and learned by children later. This represents narrow transcription for the sound. In English, none of these variations are distinctive because they don't signal a difference in meaning when substituted for each other. Phonemes can be seen as the result of simultaneously produced features. Phonology is the study of the rules governing the combination of phonemes as well as the investigation of how phonemes function in a language. This is the end of our presentation. We will open question and answer session. If you have a question, you can ask and tell your name. Thank you.
Okay, this is a question and answer session. Okay, first of all, I invite 3 questions first, okay? You had anybody as your moderator to give your questions?
Okay, may I ask a question?
Okay, Sabrina.
Okay, my name is Nur Sabrina Brilian. I'm from 3B Palembang. My question is, I got confused because there are many terms in the presentation. So my question is, what are the relation between phonistic, phonemics, and then phoneme and phonological? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sabrina.
I would like to ask.
Yes, please.
So, my name is Tasha Nabila Rizkita from Group 15. My question is, could you explain what kinds of phonetic analysis are? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tasya.
I would like to ask.
Yes, please.
My name is Aulia Putriwadana from Group 1, and my question is, from your PPT, can you conclude what is phonology? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Could you repeat the question, please?
I want to ask, can you conclude what is phonology?
Okay, I think it's enough. We want to discuss first, so let us have a time.
Okay. Okay, Alinia, today is the third group, yeah? Not the two group. Group 2. Group 3,
Yes,
right?
sir. Group 3.
Okay, so I missed it. Okay, Alinia, you count who are present today. Yeah? Seems to be 7. Okay. And one student asked
Yes, sir.
me, one student sent me a message that she could not attend the class today because she was sick. She said, I forgot her name. Okay. So we are all 38, right, Linia? 38 or 39?
Sorry, sir. 39 because there is one student from PMM
From where?
dari pertukaran mahasiswa kita.
From where? From where?
Dari pertukaran mahasiswa Merdeka.
Dari mana?
Universitas Islam Malang.
Oh yeah? Okay, what's her name?
Zurana Mafaza.
Okay. Okay, so while waiting for the answers, could you ask her to say something and show her face to me? Siapa tadi? Linia? Dari Malang?
Bentar, sir. Takut salah, sir. Kalau nggak salah namanya Zurohna Mafaza.
Is she here?
Maaf, sir. Bukan Zurohna Mafaza, tapi Wafik Aziza dari Universitas Negeri Surabaya.
Okay.
Iya, sir. Maaf, sir. Salah.
Okay, now could you ask her to show us her face and say something? I want to see her.
I think there's no in our meeting, sir.
Oh, she's not present?
Yes, sir. Nggak ada di pertemuan.
Okay, I said she's not present today. Yes or no?
No, sir.
Yeah, must be
Yes, sir.
no. Must be. Yeah, is she present today? No, she's not present. Okay, she's not present today. No, she's not present. Okay, the answer is no, but not yes. Okay. So in English, yes, yes, no, no. Okay. For example, I ask you, are you a student, Linia? What's the answer? Are you a student?
Yes, of course, I'm student.
Now, aren't you a student? Aren't you a student?
I'm student.
Yeah,
No,
answer
I'm
my
student.
question. Are you a student? Yes, I am. Now, aren't you a student?
No, I'm student.
You are a student, right? Yeah, that must be yes, not no. You are students, aren't you? You are a student, aren't you? The answer is?
Until I'm graduate.
No. Okay, there are 4 questions I want to ask you. The answer must be the same, yes, yes, because you are a student, right? The reality, you are a student, okay? Now I ask you a question. Are you a student? Yes?
Yes, I'm student.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, right? Yes, I am, okay? Now, aren't you a student? The answer, yes, I am. Yeah,
Yes.
same answer. In English, right? In English, not in Bahasa Indonesia. Okay? In English, yes, I am. You are students, aren't you? The answer is,
Yes, I am.
yes, I am. You are not a student, are you? The
No,
answer
I'm.
is, yes. Yeah. Remember, in English, even though the questions are different, but you must see the reality, the fact, yeah? So yes, yes, no, no, okay? Okay. Do you like empempe? Yes,
Yes,
I
I
do.
like it.
Yes, I
Yes.
do. Yes, I do, right? Don't you like empempe?
Yes, I.
Yes. Yes, I do. The same answers, okay? Remember in English? Okay, don't worry about the yes or no, the question, but the answers are the same, referring to the fact, the reality. Yeah? So I'll tell you again later on, there are questions which are confusing to foreign students like Indonesian students. Okay, the group 3, are you ready to explain the answers?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, I will answer Sabrina's question. The question is, what are the relation between phonology, phonetic, phonemics, phonemy, phonological? So, phonetics and phonology is different, but they have similarity. They talk about sounds and about phonemics, phonemy, or phonological. It is a part of phonology. Okay, it is clear enough, Sabrina?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, the second question will be answered by Elia.
Okay, I will answer Tasha's question. The question is, can you explain what kinds of phonetic analysis are? Three kinds of phonetic analysis. First, ethic. Ethic refers to a study done by a cultural outsider using categories and concepts that might not have meaning to the people being studied. For example, the category billable stop would not have meaning to most people, but it would to a linguist. In other words, billable stop has no intrinsic meaning to a speaker. Instead, billable stop is an intrinsic category used by the linguist for analytic purposes. Second, emic. Emic also refers to categories and concepts that have meaning to the people being studied. An emic study attempts to discover what things have meaning to the people being studied. For example, emic refers to distinctions that are meaningful or intrinsic to the member of a society, such as the distinction between the sound b and in the words bed and mat. Number three, a corpus. A corpus or plural corpora is a collection of linguistic information used to discover linguistic rules and principles. Okay, Tasha, is it clearly?
Yes, thank you, Elia.
Okay, I will answer last question. It is from Aulia Putriwardana. From your PPT, can you conclude what is phonology? So we conclude that phonology is study of sound system of language. That is, what sounds are in language and what the rules are for combining the sounds into large units. And phonology also refers to study of the sound system of all language. including universal rules of sounds. It is clear enough, Aulia?
Yes, thank you, Elizabeth.
Okay. Okay. I think this is the end of our presentation and question and answer session. Thank you for your attention, and yep. I think it's the answer.
Okay, Group 3, thank you for your presentations and explanations of your friends' questions. Okay, maybe later on, if we still have time, I'll give you some more chances to ask questions as the second session. Okay, I think I need to repeat some points related to your questions. Okay, I try to explain the three questions maybe at the same time, but I try to cover those questions. But please try to understand what I say and take note if necessary, because if we don't take notes, we will forget what we understand, because we do not have a long memory span of everything. Okay, first of all, I want to explain from the beginning what is meant by phonology, okay? I know this is not easy to understand for the first time. Based on my experience last time, I had hard time to understand this subject because it was new subject for me, and then my language was not that good, so I had problems in understanding what I've read, especially about the very scientific topic like today. So again, phonology, as we mentioned last 2 weeks, I repeated again that there are 5 aspects of linguistics. Remember, you must remember the 5 aspects of linguistics: phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. Yeah? And in terms of language, there are aspects of language. Phonology covers pronunciation and spelling. Morphology talks about words and how to form words in a language. Syntax, the study of sentences and how to form sentences in a language. And then semantics, the study of meanings in a language. Okay, for example, what has meanings in a language? Okay, you know, word has meaning, okay, and then morpheme has a meaning, but phoneme has no meaning. Today, phonology, we talk about phonemes, phonemes. And then the last one is pragmatics, the study of meanings of language based on context. This is called pragmatics. So we'll know more later on in detail when you continue study in a higher level like magister program or S2. Okay, back to phonology. Phonology is the study of sound system, the study of sound system or sound pattern of a language. Jadi phonology, logi itu akal, logic, phone bunyi, ilmu yang mempelajari tentang sistem bunyi atau pola bunyi suatu bahasa. It's called phonology. Logi means science, ya. Logic, ilmu, phonology. Kita tahu banyak ilmu pakai logi, sosiologi, psikologi, ya. Apalagi yang logi banyak kan, antropologi, itu semua ilmu logi. Kemudian juga ada akhiran CS, ya, artinya juga ilmu. Seperti phonetics, jadi S itu bukan akhiran menandakan jamak, tapi ilmu, ya. Phonetics, kemudian linguistics, ya, ilmu, ya. The study of language scientifically, to linguistics. The study of language. Nah, di CS itu artinya ilmu juga. Linguistics, phonetics, politics, ya, civics, itu juga ilmu, ya. Okay, phonology is the study of sound system or sound pattern of language. Ini semua bahasa punya phonology, ya. Ada sistem bunyinya masing-masing. Ada persamaan, banyak juga perbedaan antara bahasa di dunia ini, ya. Tapi pasti kita tahu semua bahasa punya phonology, punya bunyi sound systemnya. Ada yang umumnya universal, artinya semua punya, for example, consonant and vowels, itu universal properties of language in the world. Semua bahasa pasti punya konsonan, pasti punya vowels, ya. Itu semua sistem bunyi bahasa. Tidak ada bahasa yang tidak ada vowelnya. Konsonan semua. How can you stop? Ya? How can we talk without vowels? Sebenarnya kalau kita tidak punya konsonan, vowel semua, A, I, O aja, ya. It is hard, ya. It's hard to imagine. Suka dibayangkan if we don't have vowels or we don't have consonants in language. So we study those things in the system of sound of English. So in this class, phonology, the study of sound system of English. Bunyi, sistem bunyi bahasa Inggris, ya. So that's why we study linguistics. And then there are two branches of phonology. Bisa catat, ya, ada dua cabang phonology. Pertama, phonemics. Ada phonemic, phone, P-H-O-N, ya, phonemics, M-I-C-S, phonemics. Itu the study of phonemes, ya. Itu cabang phonology, ilmu yang mempelajari tentang fonem, namanya phonemics. Yang kedua cabang phonology adalah phonetics, ya, phonetics, P-H-O-N-E-T-I-C-S, phonetics, the study of speech sounds. Phonetics adalah ilmu yang berkaitan tentang speech sounds. Sekarang saya tanya, what are speech sounds? Siapa yang bisa jawab? Sudah tahu? Ada yang pernah tahu? What are speech sounds? Siapa yang tahu? Phonetics is the study of speech sounds. Sekarang, what are speech sounds itu? Anybody can say something? Salah nggak apa-apa, sudah ada ide. Ya. Just learning, ya. Jadi keliru atau salah nggak apa-apa, itu belajar namanya. Yang penting kalian harus berani menyatakan pendapat, kalau sudah tahu, ya. Say something, okay? Wrong or right is no problem, ya. For the first time, but get not wrong all the time, gitu, ya. The make mistake is common in learning, ya. Dikatakan making mistakes, errors in learning are common. Signs of learning, itu tanda orang belajar gitu. Salah itu tanda belajar. Kalau tidak mau salah, ya nggak usah belajar. Nggak usah ngomong, nggak usah apa-apa. Nggak tahu orang salah, ya. Jadi jangan khawatir tentang salah, keliru, dan belajar itu biasa, ya. Yang penting harus berani menyatakan pendapat. Kalau ada pendapat, katakan, ya. Okay, now what are speech sounds? Okay, speech sounds are sounds which are produced by human beings. Gitu kan? Speech sounds are sounds which are produced by human beings. Jadi phonetics itu mempelajari tentang bunyi-bunyi yang dibuat manusia. Okay. Kita akan mempelajari tentang bunyi-bunyi yang dihasilkan oleh manusia. Because we study about speech sounds. We do not study about sounds produced by other things. Kita tidak akan bahas tentang bunyi-bunyi yang dibuat oleh non-humans. Misalnya bunyi orang menjerit atau bunyi binatang, buas itu bukan bidang kita ya. Bunyi orang mengetuk pintu, bunyi band, bunyi music instruments. It's not our business. It's not phonetic studies. Yeah, we just focus on the sounds which are produced by human beings. Are you human beings? Yes or no?
Yes.
No. Of course, yes. Okay. Okay. Now, aren't you human beings? Apa jawabannya? Are you human beings? Yes, I am. Yes, we are. Sedang, aren't you human beings?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, ya, jangan ragu-ragu ya. Yes, I am. Kalau no, how come? Not. Okay, I'm losing a picture on my handphone here. How to articulate the sound of the language correctly, dengan benar. Ya. Sebenarnya tajwidnya bahasa. So everybody who is studying a new language, he must study the articulatory phonetics, how to pronounce the sounds of the language correctly. Because when we mispronounce words or sounds, we can produce other meanings. Yeah, we can make people confused because we may produce different words, different sounds. Okay. So again, can you repeat what is meant by articulatory phonetics? The study of how to pronounce, how to articulate the sounds of the language correctly. Okay, if you understand, you can take notes. I try to define those words in my own words. I don't exactly remember or memorize definitions in the book, but the same idea. panjang, pendek, ya, yang besar, kecil, ya. Setiap orang beda ya menangkap bunyi masing-masing. Ada yang tepat, apa itu, persepsinya tepat, ada yang lain ya. Dan tidak semua orang bisa mendengar, bisa menirukan bunyi asing dengan benar juga ya. Karena banyak macam-macam alasannya. Karena pendengarannya kurang bagus, karena ya, alat ucapnya kurang bagus, sehingga tidak semua orang bisa mendengar dan mengucapkan bunyi asing dengan benar. Seperti thank you, they itu tidak gampang bagi anak Indonesia ya. Karena bunyi thank you itu tidak ada dalam bahasa Indonesia. Jadi dalam bahasa Arab ada. Anak-anak yang sudah pintar ngaji biasanya akan bisa mengucapkan dengan baik bunyi thank you, they, the father, mother, ya. Okay, next back to other terms, istilah lain, phonology, kemudian phonetics, kemudian ada phonemics ya. Kalau phonemics sudah tadi disebut phonemes, tentang phoneme. Sekarang what is a phoneme? Sekarang tanya, what is a phoneme? P-H-O phoneme, P-H-O-N-E-M-E, phoneme, bacanya phoneme, phoneme panjang, not phonium, phoneme. What's a phoneme? A phoneme is a phoneme is the smallest unmeaningful unit of sounds of a language. Okay, saya catat pelan-pelan ya. A phoneme is the smallest unmeaningful unit of sounds in a language. A phoneme. A phoneme. Okay, can you repeat? The phoneme is the smallest unmeaningful unit of sounds of language. Jadi phoneme itu suatu bunyi yang terkecil, smallest, yang terkecil yang tak punya makna. Ya. Satuan bunyi yang terkecil yang tak bermakna dalam bahasa. Itu kita bisa lihat dalam alfabet, namanya phonetic alphabet. Ini jadi abjad bunyi di bahasa Inggris. Ada konsonan, ada vowel, itu semuanya fonem semua ya. Ke itu dalam, nanti lihat dalam chart itu ada bagan dalam berapa itu, lihat konsonannya banyak itu. Setiap fonem itu tidak punya arti kalau sendirian kan. Kalau sendirian, no meaning, unmeaningful units. Seperti misalnya fonem peh. Kalau bunyi peh aja nggak kedengaran. Kalau bunyi alfabet huruf, gampang A, B, C, D, E, F, G, P, ya. Itu bunyi abjad huruf, ya, gampang ucapannya. Kalau abjad bunyi is hard to show, ya. Kecuali kalau apalagi kalau bunyinya voiceless, nggak ada getaran, maka nggak ada kedengaran. Misalnya kalau bunyi peh dalam kata pen itu, bunyi peh aja kedengaran. Nah, mulutnya ditutup dengan bibir, itu sudah bunyi peh itu. pen. Nah, baru kedengaran ada p-nya karena pen, ada bunyi vowelnya, pen, pencil, pen itu ya. Baru kedengaran p-nya karena dia voiceless. So, individual phoneme has no meaning, ya, sendirian. Nah, kalau kata pen itu ada berapa fonem itu? There are 3 phonemes in the word pen. Ya. Dalam kata pen, huruf pen, P-E-N itu ejaannya. P-E-N, pen, P-E-N, pen gitu kan. B-O-Y, boy, itu ucapannya. B-O-Y, itu ejaannya. B-O-Y, boy, P-E-N, pen. In the word pen, there are 3 phonemes. Ya. There are 3 phonemes, p, e, and n. Ya. Bunyi p, kemudian bunyi e, kemudian n, pen. There are 3 phonemes in the word pen. And the word boy, in the word B-O-I, boy, B-O-Y, B-O-Y, boy, boy. How many phonemes are there? Only 2, ya, 2 phonem, b and oi. Oi itu termasuk bunyi diphthong, ya. Bunyi diphthong itu artinya 2 bunyi tapi untuk 1 fonem. Oi, oi itu dianggap 1 fonem tapi 2 bunyi menjadi 1. Oi, I, a, itu dinamanya diphthong. Jadi 2 bunyi membuat 1 fonem disebut diphthong. Diphthong. Itu sudah dibaca di situ ya. Kalian sudah membuat slide yang cukup bagus sebenarnya, cukup panjang, cukup menarik. Nanti please send me your slide ya to my WA, to my to group also ya. I appreciate what you did, kan sudah kalian grup 3 sudah membaca dan spend some time to read, to type, to prepare the PowerPoint. I think you spend time for that, right? Thank you, okay?
Yes, sir.
But I wonder if you really understand what you're doing. Karena saya masih curiga juga sebenarnya kan, apakah kalian benar-benar sudah mengerti apa yang ditulis itu. Saya kira sudah ngerti, tapi saya ragu kalau completely ya, karena biasa saja, karena pertama belajar, itu pasti tidak mudah ya mengerti semua. Saya paham itu, saya maklum. Kalau ada yang belum jelas betul, belum paham betul dengan apa yang kamu tulis itu biasa ya. Tapi bisa diatasi dengan membaca lagi, membaca lagi, diskusi dengan teman, lama-lama akan mengerti. Nah, it takes time, semuanya perlu waktu dan usaha yang terus-menerus ya. Tidak ada yang langsung dapat sekaligus ya. Nothing you can get by chance instantly ya. Nggak ada ilmu yang datangnya instantly, tiba-tiba dapat. Ya. Kali kalau orang jenius itu memang beda dengan orang kita, orang biasa. Kita ini IQ-nya mungkin di atas 100 ya, IQ. Kalau sudah 150 itu sudah jenius. Kalau jenius itu sekali mendengar dapat ya. Sekali mendengar apa? Seperti ya, mungkin Nabi ya, itu istimewa ya. Sekali dengar sudah dapat, sudah hafal. Dan lupanya lama sekali, dan ya ingatnya lama. Cepat dapat, lambat lupa, itu orang jenius. Kalau orang kita yang rata-rata ini lambat dapat, cepat lupa. Ya. Makanya harus sadar, harus mau selalu mengulang-ulang, baca-baca berkali-kali, tidak cukup puas dengan sekali 2 kali membaca. Karena sering kita membaca ya, setengah jam, tapi ditanya apa sih intinya, nggak tahu. Karena banyak masalah. Kita masih kurang hobi membaca pada umumnya ya. Orang Indonesia terkenal bacanya kurang bagus dibanding orang lain. We are not good readers. Ya. We spend time for nothing, for something else, not reading. Ya. How much time do you spend every day? For what? For reading? I doubt it. How much time do you spend every day? For playing, for chatting, maybe. maybe for chatting a lot, using SMS to friend. But for reading, so again, think about that, how much time you spend for the four skills of language, for listening English, for speaking English, for reading English, and writing English. How much time you spend for those skills. Remember, if you want to be good in English, you must try to develop your skill in those language skills, in listening, in speaking, in reading, and writing. Yeah, you must practice them all every day, every day. Yeah, maybe starting from a few minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and then 50 minutes. Okay, continue developing. Okay. Okay, I'm losing a picture again on my screen. Just a minute. Okay, next question. Question number 3 already answered. What is phonology and the other terms? Phonology, phonemics, phonetics, T college phonetics, okay? And now phonetics analysis. Again, if we want to analyze the sounds of language, we call it phonetic analysis. Yeah, if you want to study sounds of language in terms of how they are pronounced, we belong to phonetic analysis to analyze the sounds of language in terms of how many consonants, how many vowels, how many diphthongs, and how they are produced. Okay? Because every sound is produced differently between vowels, between consonants. Okay, so we do the phonetic analysis. Maybe later on you will understand better after we completed this subject how to do an analysis. Yeah, we can analyze everything. For example, you can analyze your friend. Bisa juga menganalisa seorang teman lama, teman baru. You analyze apakah dia orang yang baik atau kurang baik. Ya, bisa dilihat dari segi macam, dari segi tingkah lakunya, dari segi cara ngomongnya. We analyze their behavior, the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they dress. Itu cara menganalisis seseorang ya. Hanya Anda berkesimpulan, barangkali kalau cukup datanya bisa menyatakan dia orang yang baik, orang sopan, atau orang yang kurang ramah. We analyze. Kita menganalisis bahasa, menganalisis bunyi juga begitu dari segi apakah dia bunyi voice, apakah voiceless. Okay. Okay, sekarang I mentioned the term voice and voiceless ya. Apa beda antara bunyi voice dengan voiceless? Voice sounds are sounds produced with vibration. Okay. Voice sounds are sounds which are produced with vibration. Apa vibration? Getaran ya, vibration. Bunyi yang dibuat oleh manusia melalui mulut, melalui hidung yang ada getarannya, vibration. For example, you can prove that vowels in all languages, in most languages in the world, vowels are voice. Ya. Semua bunyi vowel dalam hampir semua bahasa dunia itu dikatakan voice karena bergetar. You can feel the vibration by touching your throat with your finger. Coba kamu buktikan, ya, put your fingers on your throat. You say a, i, u, e. Semuanya bergetar kan? Ada vibrationnya, vibration, ya, vibrate. All vowels are voice. Ingat, ya, remember ya. all vowels are voiced. Semua pakai getaran a, i, u, e. Oke. Kemudian kalau konsonan ada beberapa yang voice, ada yang tidak voice. Sebenarnya kalau bunyi boy, ada kan? Ada getarannya. Kalau nggak ada ya. Ini kalau yang tidak ada getaran namanya voiceless sounds. Sebaliknya, voiceless sounds are sounds which are produced without vibration. Lawannya ya. Ini kalau saya tanya, apakah perbedaan antara voice dan voiceless sounds? Itu harus paham ya. Jadi kalau voice produced with vibration, kalau voiceless produced without vibration. Kemudian dari sekarang saya katakan all vowels are voiced. Semua bunyi vowels adalah bergetar ya. Nah, kecuali apabila orang ngomong berbisik. Apa berbisik itu? Whispering ya, whispering. When people are whispering, all vowels become voiceless. Nah, itu kan. Bila orang berbisik, maka semua vowels tadi menjadi voiceless. Jadi nggak kedengeran. Jadi kemana? Jadi ayam nggak kedengeran. Jadi semua voice jadi voiceless dalam whispering. Tapi sering orang di TV itu berbisik tapi orang baik dengar. Aneh ya. Kalau berbisik itu pasti kurang jelas ya. Jadi whispering, berbisik. So when you're whispering, you want other people not to hear what you're say ya. Itu tujuannya itu, tujuan berbisik kan supaya nggak kedengaran. Kalau berbisik kedengaran itu bukan whispering namanya. Pura-pura aja whispering. Do you whisper sometimes? Kapan Anda berbisik? Ya. Ada nasihat dalam kehidupan ini katanya, don't whisper when you are three. Ya. Kalau bertiga jangan berbisik. Mengundang ya. Nggak boleh berbisik kalau 3 orang, berdua berbisik atau orang nggak dengar gitu ya. Don't do that. Oke. Itu beda antara voice dan voiceless sounds. Okay. Okay, next thing I want to explain in relation to how to pronounce or articulate the sounds of the language correctly ya. Articulatory phonetics itu berkaitan dengan ucapan bahasa, pronunciation. Pronunciation bagian dari phonology. Dari segi speakingnya, kalau segi writingnya namanya spelling ya. Spelling ejaan dalam tulisan, kalau ucapan pronunciation dalam bahasa lisan ya. Okay. Maybe you want to know how to have a good pronunciation in English atau in a new language. Bagaimana cara untuk sebentar. Okay. What can you do to have or to get a good pronunciation in English or in other languages? Yeah, first of all, you must try to listen well. Dengar what people say carefully. Terutama kalau belajar bahasa itu kita dengar idealnya itu mendengar ucapan orang asing. Ideally, we should listen to the pronunciations of the native speaker, the bule, ya. Kalau bisa mendengarkan ucapan penutur aslinya, itu the native speakers of English. Makanya dikatakan the best way to learn a language is to go there, to stay sometime in the country where people speak the language natively. Ini paling bagus, paling baik kalau belajar bahasa Inggris itu pergi ke sana, pergi ke Amerika, ke London, ke Inggris ya, atau New Zealand atau Australia, supaya langsung mendengarkan ucapan orang asing, orang penutur aslinya, asli gitu ya. But it's not easy, right? It's expensive to go there. Ya. Tidak mudah untuk belajar ke sana kan, karena mahal biayanya. Atau kita mendapatkan guru orang asing di kita, kelas kita. We hire American or British teacher to teach us in classes. Juga nggak mungkin, karena mahal bayarannya kan. It's not easy to have a native speaker teacher. Ya. Makanya jalan yang ketiga yang paling dapat kita laksanakan, we can listen to our teacher of English who has good pronunciation, ya, paling tidak terlalu jelek ya, minimal memiliki ucapan yang tidak terlalu jelek gitu. Listen to our teacher who has good pronunciation. Jadi kalau gurunya jelek ucapannya, muridnya juga jelek kan, itu akibatnya karena guru contoh ya. Maka it's not easy to be a good teacher of English. He or she must have a good articulatory phonetics, how to produce the sounds of English correctly ya. Yang pertama tadi ya imitation, yang dia mendengar dengan baik, kemudian imitate. How to imitate, apa itu? Menirukan ya. Mendengar dengan baik, untuk itu ada perlu perhatian, perlu memiliki telinga yang baik. Ya. Yes, any question? Yes. Anybody want to say something? Go ahead. Hello?
Okay.
Huh? Okay, I heard somebody wants to say something.
Prof,
Yes, anybody? Question or what? I cannot hear you. Yeah, hello? Okay, I can continue. Some ways you can do to have a good pronunciation in English, okay? You listen to native speakers of English, listen to good teachers of English, having good pronunciation, and then you imitate, ya, menirukan dengan baik. Ya, not all people can imitate well. Tidak semua orang bisa menirukan dengan baik. Biasanya anak-anak lebih baik ya. Children can imitate well. Anak-anak lebih mudah menirukan bunyi asing itu ya. Kalau orang yang sudah dewasa agak lambat, ya, agak susah, lebih sukar dari children. Makanya the younger, the better, the sooner the better learning English. Ya. Kalau anak-anak masih fresh, dari ucapannya masih, lidahnya masih fleksibel. Kalau orang dewasa sudah agak kaku ucapannya, lidahnya kaku. Kalau anak-anak belum ada masalah ya, no problems yet. Kalau adult sudah banyak masalah hidupnya, masalah sekolah, masalah pekerjaan, masalah macam-macam, masalah utang. Kalau anak-anak belum ada, jadi lebih mudah konsentrasinya ya. Kemudian kalian bisa juga melihat kamus ya, use dictionary how to pronounce the words correctly. Okay, I stop there first. Any questions from anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please, Norus, Sabira.
Um,
Okay.
uh, boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia, sir?
Boleh, boleh, boleh.
Kata sir tadi kan fonim itu suara bunyi terkecil yang tak punya makna. Terus sir kasih contohnya itu boy. Nah, awalnya Sabrina pikir itu bakal ada tiga fonim. Ternyata ada 2. Nah, jadi kepikiran kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia itu ada yang namanya suku kata. Apakah sama, Sir? Kalau misalkan kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia misalnya buku itu suku katanya ada 2. Apakah sama dengan fonim ini, Sir? Atau beda?
Oke, beda. Kalau suku kata ini mas syllable ya, syllable. Jadi dalam kata buku ada 2 syllable, suku kata buku kan ya. Bu itu ada 2 fonem, b and u ya. Ku 2 fonem, ke and u gitu kan. So in the word buku ada 4 fonem, b, u, ke dan u. Tapi kalau dilihat sana karena dia sama u-nya itu 1 sini. In buku how many phonemes are there? There are 3, b, u, and ke kan karena u sama ya, dua-duanya sama kan. Itu dihitung 1 itu kalau dalam kata. Jadi dalam kata buku, kalau saya tanya, how many phonemes are there? Jawabannya there are 3. Kenapa? Karena b, u, ke kan gitu ya. Satunya u kan sama dan tadi kan, ini nggak dihitung lagi, sama kan. There are 4 sounds, but there are 3 phonemes. Oke, dalam kata buku, 4 sounds, buku, but there are 3 phonemes. Because u sama, similar. Kemudian kata boy, dalam bahasa Inggris boy, b 1 fonem konsonan. The oi itu disebut diphthong dalam bahasa Inggris. Ya. Oi, I itu satu fonem, tapi 2 bunyi. Makanya disebut diphthong istilahnya. Diphthong itu a phoneme, a vowel phoneme, but has 2 sounds. Itu namanya diphthong. Okay. Jadi antara fonem dengan suku kata beda ya. Suku kata syllable. Ya, seperti kalau apalagi misalnya ingat syllable bukan apa itu beda dengan apa syllable sukata biasanya kalau sukata itu bisikan vowel kan dalam bahasa Indonesia aja biasanya kalau satu sukata itu pasti ada vowelnya but in English tidak semuanya ya dan manusia kemana berapa sukata how many syllables are there kemana ya gampang ya ada vowelnya tuh kalau aku berapa sukata itu aku 2 kan aku a 1 vowel 1 sukata u 1 syllable 2 kata 2 bunyi kan aku jadi dalam bahasa Indonesia 1 vowel itu bisa 1 sukata one vowel can be one syllable but in English anehnya itu one consonant bisa 1 sukata one consonant can be 1 syllable ya, seperti apa aneh ya memang kalau bunyi o, bunyi bunyi n biasanya itu bisa menjadi 1 syllable. Yang sebenarnya bottle, artinya bottle kan, bottle itu 1 sukata itu. Button. Ucapannya sebenarnya begitu kan, bukan button, bukan bottle, tapi button. Itu satu syllable. Dan student juga, student. Ayo student, seharusnya begitu. Karena banyak kita susah ucapannya student itu, maka ditambah student. Di sini pakai mountain, mountain, tambah karena sulit. Seharusnya tidak ada di situ. Mountain, student, button, cotton, bottle. Ya. Oke, itu anehnya dalam bahasa Inggris. One consonant can be one syllable. Misalnya dapat, but not in bahasa Indonesia. But vowel can be in one syllable. Ayam, ya. Ular, itu bisa two syllable kan dalam bahasa Indonesia. Okay, good question. Nur Sabrina. Is it all right?
Yes, sir. How about student, sir? Fonimnya ada berapa tuh, sir?
Itu S T U D S U D C U ini brand ada udah sudah
I'm sorry, sir, suaranya putus-putus, sir.
Ya, terus
Maaf, sir, putus-putus.
Oke,
No, sir, we can
Yeah.
clearly, sir. We can't hear clearly.
Okay, now okay, hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now any questions? I asked you how many letters in the word student? Berapa huruf dalam kata student?
7.
Berapa huruf dalam kata student?
7, sir.
7, sir.
7.
Yes, seven. 7 letters. There are 7 letters. And how many phonemes are there? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I'm having bad connection now. Just a minute. Sorry, hello. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to get back. Oh, I'm having low bat already. Hello, anybody can say something?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
I
sir.
think I'm having low bat here. I need to stop immediately. But anybody can say something?
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat, sir?
Oke, mungkin karena waktu sudah hampir habis juga. Kemudian saya sekarang ada masalah baterai, sudah low bat. Jadi mungkin tidak bisa lama lagi. Unless you have question, you can stop now. Hello? Hello?
I think that's clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys, friends, I think we can stop our class today because it is almost time, right? 11:25.
Yes, sir.
I'm having low bat. And so unless you want to say something, go ahead. 1 minute. Anybody?
I think no, sir.
Okay. Okay, next, thank you for coming today. And then you prepare group 4 next week, yeah? Group 4. And please try to remember to understand what I say. Hopefully it will help you a little bit to understand what we talked about today, okay?
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
sir.
okay, yes. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
Thank you.
sir.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. I hope we can meet, yeah, in person someday. Okay.
Yes, sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, you too.
Sorry, sir. I would
Yes.
like to inform you.
Yes.
Jadi tadi Rahmania ngabarin yang anak PMM itu, tapi ternyata dia baru ngabarin ke Rama kalau dia nggak jadi ambil linguistik.
Oh, dia jadi yang dari mana tuh? Dari
Iya.
Malang itu?
Iya, bukan sir, yang dari Surabaya. Linia tadi salah, sir. Ternyata dia dari Surabaya, bukan dari Malang.
Oh, oke, oke.
Ya, yang nggak jadi katanya, sir.
Dia ambil apa di UNSI?
Nah,
Nah, itu Lina kurang tahu juga, Sir, karena dia belum bilang sama Lina, cuman ngomong sama Rahma yang sekelompok.
Oh gitu. Oke, no problem. Oke, thank you ya.
Oke.
Oke, no
Sorry,
problem.
Sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oke. Thank you, Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.